The sort of crime genre, British crime genre. We attracted the audience to our film. Well, at the beginning, the film started on a hook, which attracted them into want to know what happened and why it happened.
One marketing thing we could use for our film is, as the film's titled Blood Money, we could use banknotes covered in fake blood or something, so people could as merchandise, so that they could be attracted to that whole side of it.
Before starting media, I hadn't used a digital camera before. Not a digital camera, a DV camera. And now I've learned how to set it up, use, and a variety of shots.
Before we started this project, I've never even heard of Final Cut Pro, and now I can use it and capture and batch all my films onto it and edit it to the way I want it to be edited.
We used Blogger, Blogspot, to structure and the timetable for when you do the certain parts of the film, the making of the film.
When I look back at the prelim task, you could see that it wasn't really organised, and we didn't really know what we was doing with the camera and that. But we used match on action, and in this production we worked better as a group, and we used more complex shots like the high angle shots and the shot reverse shot and stuff like that.
My film uses most of the horror film conventions. The first minute of my horror movie is set in the location of the targeted victim. I use the convention of not being able to see the killer's face and the close-up of the victim. As soon as my movie begins, you can already acknowledge that it is a horror-based movie. The soundtrack at the beginning of the movie and the sound of heavy falling rain in the background immediately makes the audience know that they are about to watch a horror movie. I haven't developed much of the generic conventions of horror, but I have mixed one main convention of both horror and thriller together, which was the music in the background of my film that built up fast tension. The targeted victim is a young girl, a student, making her to be in the category of the social class D/E. I think that the type of media institution that might distribute my media film would be the Carousel Picture Company, the Working Title, the DNA Films, or the British Film Council. I think any of these film studio companies would distribute my horror film because it is cheap and low paid media for British horror films. The type of audience I want my media film to attract is students in the social working status category of D/E. This will be stereotypical because the victim in my horror film is a student herself. So I want students to be the target audience. I've learned how to set up a tripod and a DV camera properly. I've also benefited from editing my film on Final Cut Pro. The advantage of the preliminary task helped me to think to use the point of view shot in the beginning of my film when the victim is being looked at through the window by the killer. I used match on action and a point of view shot.